Good morning. My name is Maureen Chung. Welcome to Daily Devotional of April the 18th. The passage is John chapter 21, verse 1 to 14. The title is, What is My Calling? Afterward, Jesus appeared again to his disciples by the Sea of Galilee. It happened this way. Simon Peter, Thomas, also known as Didymus, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and two other disciples were together. "I'm going out to fish," Simon Peter told them. And they said, "We'll go with you." So they went out and got into the boat. But that night they caught nothing. Early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. He called out to them, "Friends, haven't you any fish?" "No," they answered. He said, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some." When they did, they were unable to haul the net because of the large number of fish. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, "It is the Lord." As soon as Peter heard him say, "It is the Lord," he wrapped his outer garment around him, for he had taken it off, and jumped into the water. The other disciples followed in the boat, towing the net full of fish, for they were not far from shore, about 100 yards. When they landed, they saw a fire of burning coals there with fish on it, and some bread. Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish you have just caught." So Simon Peter climbed back into the boat and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, 153, but even with so many, the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, "Come and have breakfast." None of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. Jesus came, took the bread and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. This was how the third time Jesus appeared to his disciples after he was raised from the dead. Waiting is not easy. After Good Friday and before Easter morning, the disciples waited. They might as well be frozen in time, not knowing what to do next, now that Jesus was crucified. Some might consider going home, but some were grieving together, not ready to disband. But then, after Jesus appeared to them Easter evening, and 1 week later again, they were still at a loss of what to do with themselves. They used to follow their master around the country, doing useful ministry. Now, without him, they had no sense of purpose or direction. They just didn't know what to do with themselves. It was natural to fall back onto something familiar, which is fishing. Pastors who have lost their positions feel the same. The original calling was clear, to be fishers of men. But without a platform and a setting, what is he or she to do? A retired pastor shared with me his dilemma. To stay in his original church as a member while relating with his fellow brothers and sisters would still provide him the feeling of having a home church. But he could be a threat to the new pastor who filled his position. He could be seen as unwilling to let go. But joining an entirely new congregation may be difficult. His gifts and talents may not be put into best use even as a congregant. Relationships take time to build up. The home church feeling may come, but he needs to wait maybe for a while. Pastors in transition need a new purpose and direction. What do I fall back on while in transition? I fall back on what I'm familiar with: writing, caring for the needy and lost, and gardening. All the while, I need Jesus to teach me on how to be a fisher of men in this stage of my life. The calling has not changed as I wait patiently. I wonder about other retirees. What is your calling now? To what are you transitioning? In the case of the disciples, they were unproductive in their night of fishing. What was professionally familiar had produced an unfamiliar result that was hugely disappointing. But Jesus appeared at the time of their failure and huge disappointment. Early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore. But the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. How sweet of him to show up in the nick of time. With his instruction, they caught 153 large fish. This was enough to remind them of a prior incident which was recorded in Luke chapter 5, verses 4 to 7. And therefore John cried out, "It is the Lord!" When they arrived at the shore, Jesus had prepared a barbecue fish breakfast for them. The master who washed their feet at the Last Supper was again serving them like a servant at the opportune time of their need. This was a moment of sweet, intimate fellowship of unchanging love. It is not a noisy fellowship of chatting, laughing, and crying. There is no offering of opinions and solutions, no suggestions. Silence is golden when we are with a divine lover. There is no dead air when we are on holy ground. Life with Jesus is not about doing, but about being. It is not how much I do or know to make my existence worthwhile. I'm worthy because he deems me so as his beloved. If I base success on results, then I'm definitely not successful, even a failure. But Jesus gives me his presence and his surprising treats. He gives me himself, and I enjoy his divine company. Nothing much is said when there is a quiet understanding. He sits with me and he eats with me. Contentment and bliss. We look around at the peaceful sea. We bask under the morning sun. We smell the burning charcoal and the tasty fish. We salivate with expectation. We hear the chirping of the birds and the feel of the soft touch of the caressing breeze. All is well because he is here. Love is not measured by busy conversations. In the quiet, I know that I'm his beloved, and he is my first love. Death has not changed a thing. We are as we are meant to be forever. Jesus, I love you, and you surely know. Thank you, my Lord. And may you have a moment of sweetness with Jesus Christ, your lover, your Lord. Thank you for sharing time with me, and may God bless you. See you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you.